Welcome back to another Monday at Kbeezworld. Favorite day of the week. What? So, as far as the recap goes, we found Lacey. Quick and simple. We found Lacey. We lost Lacey again. Now we got to find her, hopefully for the last time, because I'm just at this point. But yeah, that's kind of where we at. Oh, and this is, we did 11, 12, and 13 last week, so this is chapter 14, the finale. So I'm very excited to see how this episode goes. Alright. Hey, reach the flood mansion.
Wish me luck. I'm not out here in a few minutes. Call the authorities.
Not cherry pie? I feel tired. I can't believe my mic won't pick it.
What to say to her? What is there to even say?
Anything, any flukes in these corners? Is that a box? No. Nothing in the cut. Nothing down here in the cut. Alright. None. Uh-oh. Is this another fight? Or am I tripping?
All of this stigma was coming from her the whole time.
I can see that, honestly. I'm not too surprised by that.
If we can come to an understanding, maybe all of this will clear up.
Because Bunny just seems like, it's not even that she's just a bad grandma, but she's like, she's just bad altogether. Alright, where you at, little bunny?
Hazel.
Lily? Are you back? How did you? Oh. You're more...
Am I gonna have to fight Bunny? I mean, if I will if I need to. Like, if I have to, I will Bunny.
Than I thought.
But dang.
Is that Molly's heart?
Why didn't it work? It should have brought Sherry back.
You can't bring back the dead.
You did something, didn't you?
What?
That's why the magic failed.
I heard your baby spirit crying. In a tree. She was in pain. I did everything I could to help her.
In pain? Or just in your way? You have no idea what loss feels like. When Cherie drowned, I was so raw it hurt to breathe. I'd see cars with those baby on board signs and just want to ram them.
Why? Why? Please, just a bit. It actually was sticking pretty good, like a week or two ago, and I think I like legit knocked it off the wall, and that's what finally caused it to fall. I don't think this is even gonna work. It's probably gonna fall again. I already know. Hi, Newsom PR. No apology needed. Glad to see ya.
This town's full of people who don't deserve their kids, who beat them right in the middle of a store. Why are their children still alive and not my Cherie?
I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child. But the things you've done ain't right.
Everything I've done was for Cherie. You had no right to tamper with her spirit.
You had no right. You've hurt everyone around you. You murdered Molly.
I don't want to hear this.
You need to change to make up for what you've done.
I can't. I don't even know what to live for anymore.
There is a way we can see Cherie again.
I don't believe in heaven. If you came here to kill me.
No.
Girl.
But there is a town for folks who can't move on. Or won't. You can't do any more harm there. But think it through, Bunny. I've seen what happens to folks who can't let go of the past. Your choice.
Sherry's baby brush. She was so tender-headed, I'd get cross with her. Now I'd give anything to brush her hair again.
And you can, my darling.
Uh-oh.
I know who you are. It won't really be her.
You'll never be able to tell the difference, I promise.
I won't.
Not if you don't want to.
You're very kind.
There's a fine line between mercy and justice, ain't that right, Hazel Flood? You chose a hard road for yourself.
I know.
So what does that mean? Like, I'm low-key kind of confused. Oh, she is still alive. Okay, that's good.
Are you hurt? I'm okay. I'm okay.
They gotta get out of there, though.
I got a lot to tell you.
I got time.
Oh my god, now it's over. I could have did this last week.
Lessons taught about right and wrong. I was not so weak, but I was not that strong. The answers were there, you knew all along. 'Cause life is a fight to be won.
That's crazy. That took all of 10 minutes.
Lost in the dark.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Let's skip through this a little bit.
For many long years I was selfish and numb. I went marching backward.
Actually, I'm gonna skip through that. That's crazy. I could have easily did that last week.
And that's how a new weaver came to be in Prospero.
Well, well. Not bad at all, Hazel Flood.
I appreciate it. I gotta get going. Instead, I meet Ma and Laurent for dinner. See y'all later.
Well, I'm glad everybody got a happy ending. Even little Bunny. I mean, her daughter can't come back to life, but like, Rue is gonna help her see him at least. It was something I did since we got some time and whatnot. Wait, what is continue? Like, what does that do?
Lily?
Oh.
Are you back?
I did want to look into the lore. Alright, characters. Let's see, we got Hazel. She lived in Prospero all her life with her mother Lacey. She just graduated high school and is headed off to college in the fall. Okay. Hazel's father, Trey. Hazel's father and Lacey's husband. Trey fell in love with Lacey during college. He and Lacey were happily married and had Hazel. Trey died unexpectedly when Hazel was 4. He was buried in a mausoleum near the Flood Mansion. So that's Bunny's son. Hazel's mother, Lacey, is a social worker in Prospero. She struggles with the trauma she sees on the job. She can't save everyone. She's frustrated with the system and the way it takes time away from Hazel, her little bug, whom she loves deeply. Yes, Hazel loved her mama deeply too because she went through all that just to get her back. Bo, a former collegiate football player, we didn't really see him. There's not a whole lot there. Miss Pearl, we didn't really see her except at the beginning. Bunny Flood is Hazel's grandmother. She's made her fortunes in Prospero through multiple business ventures. She did not approve of Trey and Lacey's relationship. After Trey's death, they had a further estranged relationship. Mahalia, the last weaver of Prospero, is a legend come true through the echoes. When she was chosen by the land to take on the mantle of weaver, she wielded her powers to guide people to freedom. Yeah, Mahalia, she was really helpful, guiding our way. Rhubarb, hermit owner of a long-shuttered swamp tours business. Rhubarb is a haunted man whose fear of haints keeps him paranoid of any and all strangers who come his way. The mysterious bottle tree beside his porch serves as his only source of comfort. Benji. Benji was a kind-hearted boy, a little different. Folks in Prospero were not kind to him, protecting their own notions and sorrows on him. His brother Rhubarb didn't handle this well. Oh, so he put him in one of them got in the tree. I think it was Benji, actually. Father Slopes ran the farm with his daughter Jolene after her mother died. He believed that Jolene should honor her father like the good book says, but he was not an honorable man. Jolene, a staple in the Prospero community. Jolene does community organizing through her ministry. The church serves as a shelter during hurricanes. She and Lacey met through social services, and they are now close friends and collaborators. Okay. Laurent, owner of the juke joint and Lacey's ex-partner. Nobody can make Lacey laugh like he did. I'm glad they got back together at the end after he was done being a bird. Well, not a bird, that sounds so bad, but he literally transformed into a bird. Itchy is the only child who wasn't taken by Huggin' Molly. Like most in the holler, he endured neglect and abuse, but he's never left. After Huggin' Molly's demise, the missing kids from her children's village found solace in Itchy's care. While they may never age, Itchy has vowed to look after them until he passes on. Aww. Together, they fixed Itchy's holler tour to honor Molly's spirit. Rue. Kushma's right-hand man in the realm of dreams and nightmares. Rue is said to make those who accept his mementos vanish. He's appeared in Hazel's dreams since she's become a weaver. He's invited her to find him and Lacey at Kushma's cabaret. Said to make those who accept his mementos vanish. I never really kind of understand how he worked, but he helped Bunny at the end somehow. Ayotunde was an enslaved woman who leapt from the bell of Prospero with her child, hoping to make it to Hope's Crossing to give her and her baby a better life. I do remember her. Creatures. So we had the Haint Ravager. Wait, which one was the regular Haint? Okay, and that was the Haint. So what was the difference? Okay. Small insect-like Hanks. Yeah. If I have to say one that was my least favorite, Hurler Haint. That's what it's called. Yeah, its tentacle attack, it kept getting me, like, terribly. A misshapen lump of Haint that births larvae Haint. I didn't know that's what it does. It's a damaging blast. It's also capable of burrowing into the earth to escape. Oh, no, 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 no. The slug, actually, that was one of my least favorite because he would go under the ground and pop back up and say, "Wah." A massive Hank with a powerful arm capable of smashing anything to pieces, avoid its attacks, and close the distance with pull to get your hits in. Overseer Haints are able to create a stigma shield that protects another Haint. Yes, he was like my second least favorite. They was very like easy to kill, but they was annoying because they was the ones that controlled the other Haints, and I didn't like that. Yeah, because they could revive defeated Haints before they unraveled. So I literally had to rush and unravel them before he raveled them back up. So we had Catfish. He's quite old as evidenced by his size, and he looks unlike any catfish folks in Prospero have seen, down to his patchwork scales and mysterious eye. He loves to spin a tail, and he took Hazel under his fin on her journey. We had Benji. Okay, that was Benji earlier. Benji was transformed into a massive tree by the magic of the land. He enjoys sitting in the swamp surrounded by nature and being appreciated by the animals in a way he never was in life. Oh, Benji. He drops fantastically huge peaches from his bows year round. Is that what he doing right here? That just look like dirt. I don't know. Two-Toed Tom, I ain't care too much for him. Excuse me. Was raised by the father Swopes, Jolene's dad. He was starved and abused. Oh. My bad, Two-Toed. Two-Toed Tom. And conditioned to associate the sound of a bell with food. His appetite is monstrous and unending. Dang, I'm over here talking about little Two-Toed Tom. Whole time he was starved and abused. Like, I'm sorry. Cherie Tree. In her grief, Bunny used a chunk of Benji to bind her daughter Cherie's soul to a tree. Though baby Cherie's spirit was lost and confused, Hazel was able to restore her, finally bringing the peace she had long been denied. Yeah, her moment, she should have just let her go. It was so sad. Rougarou. Older than he seems, Laurent was unable to process the loss of his parents after they killed them and transformed into a version of the Rougarou. Since then, he has kept those he loves, especially Lacey and Hazel, at arm's length for fear of losing control around them. Huggin Molly is a deeply compassionate being. She has helped many abused children and uses her red yarn to heal what's been broken. She and Lacey connected over their care of children. One of Molly's final acts was saving the life of her best friend. Oh, was her best friend Lacey? That's so sad. Kushma, the king of dreams and nightmares. They say that folks desperate enough to enter his realm are never seen again. Yeah, I don't know how we made it out, but that story, it didn't seem like it really took off that much. Honey has spent centuries alone in the swamp, humming his mother's lullaby and making a home for himself. He was found by Mahalia, who cared for him before he fully transformed. And come to find out, that was Ayatunde's son. Grief and rage transformed Ayatunde into something unrecognizable. Oh, it transformed both of them. She lingers in the forgotten swamps, caught between hibernating and murky depths and frantically searching for her lost child, Honey. Uncovered by the hurricane, she seeks him out again. Shaking Bones was once Waylon Shaking James, frontman of the Belle of Prospero band. He was killed as he tried to escape the boat for freedom. The land made him into Shaking Bones, and now he ushers people to freedom in places unknown. See, that's who I thought Kushma was this whole time. Okay. So we had Prospero, Lacey's home, Prospero Cemetery, one of the local burial grounds for the people of Prospero. Bunny had Trey buried there in a mausoleum. Flood Mansion, the quarters where the enslaved people of the sugarcane plantation were forced to live. Families were crowded into the small shacks. A strong abandoned Cajun community. A strong Cajun community used to live in this area, but were eventually pushed out by rising costs, land acquisitions, and lack of opportunity in the Prospero region. Okay, we have the flooded countryside. The Prospero Ministry is run by Jolene and serves as both a church and community shelter, providing things like hurricane care packages, clothing drives, and food drives. Jolene and Lacey became friends through community outreach and often worked together. It was something about Jolene. I feel like that was kind of like a loose end. It was something about her. I don't really remember what happened with her though. Tasty Pig, local pig factory owned by Bunny Flood, of course, employs many people in the town. The Tasty Pig factory is widely considered an eyesore on the otherwise pastoral countryside. The surrounding area always smells like pig poo. Okay. Bucolic Hills. The Prospero countryside slowly transitions into gentle rolling hills that begin to give way to forests. Much of the property there has been abandoned. Bunny's second home. Dang. She must have been rolling in cash. Bunny's second home in the hills. For some reason, Catfish believes that Hazel found information pertaining to Huggin' Molly and her mother in these walls. And we did. The dark forest rises from bucolic hills, stretching to the infamous juke joint, a dense stretch of mixed woods. It is a place that most in Prospero don't venture into. People speak of strange creatures and going-ons in the forest and tend to give it a wide berth. Company Town. Workers at Fellows Road were required to live. Rather than being paid in the U.S. Treasury currency, they were paid in company script that was useless outside the town's boundaries. Juke Joint used to be part of the old company town. Laurent eventually bought it, wanting to remain close to where his parents died in the seclusion of the forest. Old Sawmill stands as a crumbling monument to a once bustling timber industry in the region. The Witch's Nose, the highest mountain peak in the region, known as the Witch's Nose, said to be haunted by many, a creature Huggin' Molly among them, according to Laurent. This is where Itchy lived. Old cleaning slushy factory in the holler employed many of the children's parents and paid them far too little for their labor. After the children were taken, people began to leave the holler, and the factory eventually shut down. Holler's children went to Miss Molly's house and voiced the pains their abusive parents caused them outside her door. Lured by stories of her perceived kindness, they'd often return with clothes and food. Their parents' resentment for Molly grew. Cause they was beating them kids, and so they went over to Molly's house, and Molly was helping them. She real. The cluster of shacks and houses where the children Molly takes are kept. Perhaps in quiet defiance, the children have decorated with the things they cherish most. And she built the houses for them, like. Molly's lab is where she keeps animals she's found, experiments with her red yarn, and various potions and poultices. So I wonder what's the backstory to the yarn, per se. The Abysmal Swamp is a backwater area of the swamps where most won't venture due to its inhospitality. Many runaway slaves escaped here in their bids for freedom. Some stayed and lived there before heading further north. Okay, Hope's Crossing is a community that formed in the Abysmal Swamp, comprised of escaped slaves that Mahalia led to freedom. Living there was hard. Folks made do, and it was better than having cruelties of the plantation. Okay, let's see how many more it is. Mahalia's bonfire served as a beacon of hope for escaped slaves seeking their freedom in Hope's Crossing. Fueled by fireflies that respond to a weaver's call, its magical flames have guided many a weaver to the next step on their journey. Oh, so that's what was helping me. Bale of Prospero. Okay, crossroads. Roads lead to many realms and many lands, fantastical places where hopes and dreams live and dies. Crossroads are where you make the decision to turn back or venture into the unknown. Rue's caravan is bigger on the inside. Yeah, that thing was huge on the inside. It's full of memory objects, things people held dear, objects that hold deep meaning. Bustling town with Kushma's realm of dreams and nightmares, where desperate folks seek refuge from their pains and sorrows. At its heart stands Kushma's cabaret, where Rue has called Hazel to meet. So I'm confused on like the difference between Kushma and Rue, because I thought Kushma was that tall dude, but since it's not, it's kind of like, I don't know, that one's kind of confusing. Clock tower keeps time in the town on the tapestry. Time is odd there. Seconds seem like minutes, minutes like hours, hours like days. Dreamers lose their sense of self and time in the town, unable to distinguish reality from desire. Kushma's cabaret. Music, lights, laughter envelop all who enter. Golden doors are scattered around the town. Each holds a trapped dreamer bound by their own desperate emotions. They remain stuck in a timeless loop, feeding Kushma's hunger. Only a golden key is able to unlock the doors. So that must be where Bunny went. So they trapped her with the memory of her daughter. It's kind of messed up. Just a little bit. So cosmology, hazard, toxic water, Hurricane Lulu tore through Prospero and polluted the water with all kinds of foul things. Avoid falling into it. Okay, we had the brand. What was these the result of? Normal mushrooms becoming tainted with stigma. Oh, yeah, I hated them little things. Flytrap wasn't that bad. Okay, the strands. Strands make up the weave of the grand tapestry that everything is composed of. Weavers are able to manipulate the strands to affect the world around them. The grand tapestry is the fabric of the universe that connects all things. The grand tapestry is invisible and intangible to most people except weavers, who can see how it interacts with reality. Okay, objects at station, it's just the tools. Weaver. The knot, that's what I had to keep unraveling. Stigma, result of the grand tapestry warping due to trauma. Most people cannot see or feel stigma, but weavers can. Okay, ghosts are curiosity. Weavers can see them as they slip in and out of tears. In the grand tapestry, some have unfinished business. The echo objects, the throwable objects, the memory objects, the bottle trees. Roots are intertwined with the threads of the grand tapestry. Weavers shepherd painful fragments of a life nestled in fragile blue glass of the tree. Those fragments form a complete pattern, bringing hidden suffering to the light. Okay. Stigma vortexes form where fragments of someone's deepest sorrows linger. Visible through an echo knot, weavers bottle these fragments and weave them into an intricate pattern at the bottle tree, mending wounds from the past. An echo. Okay. Strand walls, tangled. Grapple strands. Crouton. They didn't even give him a character. False stitchers are not chosen, they are made by their own misguided ambitions. Bunny. Unlike weavers, false stitchers gain power through harming mythical creatures. That's why she took hugging Molly's heart. The harm they cause tears through the grand tapestry, leaving a trail of corruption behind. Kushma feeds off of the regrets, hopes, and dreams of the people that rule tricks into coming into the town of the tapestry. Kushma can't be destroyed, only temporarily bottled by weavers like Hazel. I need to know more about Kushma, because I'm still kind of confused on exactly who Kushma was. Did I just skip it? Am I missing it? Was he a character? Okay, it was. Kushma, the king of dreams and nightmares. Is that him? Say that folks desperate enough to enter his realm are never seen again. Okay, so maybe that's his face. Maybe he's just like a spirit? I don't really know. Alright. Well, that's the end of South of Midnight. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you, Newsom PR. And I will see y'all. Thank you, Jay Stenzo. I will see you guys on the 19th. Bye. Thank you, Great Houdini. Bye, Newsom PR. Bye.